So the merger of the two churches was set to happen, and I began to put a call out, talk to people about the fact that we were looking for a place of ministry, trusting the Lord for that. I got a call back from Pastor Jack Hayford and said, "Listen, I just returned from Portland. I was up there for conducting a meeting up there in the community, and I talked with Dr. Alan Hamilton, the pastor of the Portland Foursquare Church, and he told me that he was looking to bring someone on, a couple to come and take care of basically all the educational ministries of the church from birth to all the way through, you know." And he said, I had no idea that you were available. So, what I think is if you were to call him, you might want to explore that. That could be a possibility. Up to you, and here's his number. So that's what we did. I called him, and I had known him. I knew his parents from pastoring. Over the years, they were pastoring in Denver for a while, and Vernon and May Hamilton. And if you have a Thompson Chamberlain's Bible, all the drawings in the back, the sketches, that's all done by her. And she has a plastic eye. I don't know what the material is anyway. Um, and when we were leaving to go to California, and they were pastoring there, I was like 7, and we were in their home, and in the foyer we were leaving, and I just couldn't help it. You know, I just apparently was staring quite a bit at that eye, and she says to me, Sister Hamilton says to me, "Jim, are you looking at my eye?" And my parents, were kind of embarrassed, but I said I was. She goes, "Well, it's a my artificial eye, and I lost my eye." She may have told us why, but she said, "It's okay, be curious." And I said, anyway, so that was kind of a connection there, and that's about all I knew outside about Alan Hamilton. Those were his folks, except for the fact I loved his mom and dad, and he was a speaker occasionally at conventions and that. In any event, we decided to go. We prayed about it and thought about it, and up we went. So we arrived in Portland. Um, we started our ministry there at the church, and that ministry lasted in that church 11 months. There are reasons for that, which I don't think I'm going to go into right now. But it was clear that God wanted us in that region. He wanted us in Oregon, in the Portland area, and that became clear a little later. But we did start that. I directed the educational ministries. Connie, for the adults especially, Connie handled the young people, youth, and the children. We had a youth pastor that we worked with, and so the three of us basically were doing all the educational ministries there in the church. And I would have liked to have stayed longer. I really thought it, but it just seemed obvious to me that the Lord was directing us elsewhere, and I don't regret going there. But I do think that it was the Lord that time was shortened. Now, I'll talk more about that as we in the next videos and that. But it just shows you that sometimes you make these moves and it doesn't always turn out the way you thought it would. And I'm not even sure I knew what I thought about it. In fact, I really felt we were supposed to go. So it didn't turn out at all to be what we thought it could. And yet, looking back on that, even from a short distance looking back, we could tell that the hand of the Lord was in it, even though it kind of fell apart pretty quickly. In any event, that just shows you, I think, the hand of the Lord. I mean, He definitely wanted us in that area, and I'm not sure it could have worked out, but it didn't, and the Lord had other things in mind, and it got really good after a while.